Miami-Dade's housing market just did something it has literally never done before in recorded history. And before I show you the data, I want you to understand exactly what this means for you right now, because the headlines are going to get this completely wrong. What's up, everybody? Jake Fletcher here, Miami real estate advisor and team lead at the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty. Every single month, I pull the freshest data straight from the MLS, no spin, no fluff, and I break it down for you so that you can make smart, confident real estate decisions in one of the most complex markets in the entire country. So today we're breaking down the latest data for Miami-Dade single-family homes, and I'm telling you, this report has some genuinely wild data points in it. We're talking all-time price records, inventory levels we haven't seen in over a year, and signals that buyers have been waiting for. So if you want to book a one-on-one strategy call with me, the link is in the description down below. Whether you're buying your first home, investing, or just trying to understand this market, we'll map out the exact moves that make the most sense for you. All right, let's get into the numbers. Let's kick it off with demand and two numbers that tell us how aggressively buyers and sellers are actually transacting right now. Sales volume came in at 718 single-family homes closed in February. That's up 38 sales from January, which is nice to see, but year over year, we're down 39 sales from last February. That's a 5.2% decline in a market where inventory is elevated and rates are still holding buyers back. A 5% drop in closed transaction is a meaningful signal, and fewer deals are just getting done, period. Now, closed price to original price ratio, this one is my favorite metric because it strips away all the noise and tells you one thing: how much of what sellers asked for are they actually getting? And February came in at 94.5%. That's up almost a full point from January, which is good news for sellers on the surface, but compare that to February of last year at 95.4%, and we're down nearly a full percent year over year. Sellers in Miami are taking bigger haircuts than they were 12 months ago. And if you're a buyer right now, that is your leverage. Price your offers appropriately, negotiate confidently, and the market's working in your favor. If you're a seller, this is why pricing right on day one really matters now more than ever. The market will not reward wishful thinking right now. Let's talk about supply side next, and this is where the story really starts to develop. Active supply came in at 6,126 single-family homes on the market in Miami-Dade, down just 25 listings from January and down only 20 listings from a year ago. Year over year, supply is essentially flat. Okay, now here's the context that you need. We peaked at 6,596 active listings back in June of last year, and we've been slowly trickling down from that high, and we're at about a 7.1% reduction from that peak. That sounds like progress, but supply has not come down fast enough to offset the demand softness that we're seeing on the sales side, which leads us to the number that's telling the whole story right now: months of inventory. We are coming in at 9 months of inventory in February for the second month in a row. To put that into context, a balanced market is generally considered to be 3 to 6 months of inventory. Sitting at 9 months of inventory means that we're fully into a buyer's market. Now, let's zoom out because the trend here is what matters. 2 months ago in December, we were at 7 months of inventory. Before that, we averaged about 7 months of inventory across all of 2025. And in 2024, the average was 5.4 months of inventory. So we went from 5.4 to 7 to 9, and that is not a blip. That is a trend. I've been saying this for a while now, and the data keeps confirming it. This is a slow burning recession that we're in nationally, some would say globally, and we're seeing that just, playing out in the Miami real estate arena. It's not a crash, it's not a panic, it is a slow, controlled burn. And here's the thing about slow burns: the opportunity builds quietly until the moment that it's obvious to everyone, and by then the best deals are gone. So next month's months of inventory number is going to be critical. If we push above 9, that's a signal. If we pull back towards 7 or 8, spring demand may be absorbing the inventory. Either way, I'm gonna have all that data for you guys the minute that it drops, so make sure that you're subscribed, hit that button down there below. And let's talk about the churn rate next, the flow of homes coming onto the market, and then the homes that failed to sell. So expired listings came in at 1,457 in February. A year ago, it was 1,432. And new listings came in at 1,670 in February versus a year ago was 1,862. So here's what's interesting. Neither of these numbers is getting away from us per se. So the churn rate is controlled. Sellers aren't panic listing. We're not seeing a flood of new inventory crashing the market, but here's what this actually tells us. The tightness of the churn rate, the new listings and expireds are really running pretty close together, which means that sellers who are listing are pricing into a market that is not rewarding wishful thinking. A lot of these expireds are homes that were overpriced from day one. The market told them no, and they just weren't listening. So the bigger signal to watch here is if new listings start climbing significantly while sales stay soft, that is the setup for a downward price pressure scenario. More homes for sale, fewer deals closing. At some point, prices have to respond. I'm not saying that that's what's happening right now. I'm just saying to watch for it, because if that trend develops through Q2, and it very well might, buyers who are positioned and ready are going to be sitting on a real opportunity. I'm talking actual deals, the kind that buyers have been priced out of for years at this point. All right, next up, days on market and median price. This is the section everybody's been waiting for. Days on market came in at 104 days in February, down 3 days from January, a small improvement, but compared to 91 days last February, that is a 14.3% increase year over year. Homes are sitting significantly longer than they were a year ago. So if your agent tells you 100 plus days on market is normal right now, they are correct. But normal is not the same as good. It means that buyers have options. It means that you're not competing in a frenzy. It means patience wins. So now median price, the final most important metric people love. This is where it gets wild. Last month, January 2026, Miami-Dade real estate history was made. For the first time in history of this market, the median sale price for a single family home started with a 7. It came in at exactly $700,000. That was a 7.3% jump from December's $655,000 in a single month. This month, we pulled back. February came in at $685,000. That's a 2.1% drop from that all-time record. Now, before you panic or pop champagne, depending on which side that you're on, here's the critical context that you need to know about this headline number, and that the number doesn't tell you. Low sales volumes equal a smaller data sample. So fewer transactions means that individual high-end sales can move the median significantly in either direction. And right now in Miami-Dade, the luxury market is actually performing better than the general market. So for context, the luxury threshold right now for the top 10% of single family homes currently are starting at about $2.2 million and up. And for condos and townhomes, you're at $1.5 million and up. So when you've got luxury sales skewing the median upward in a low volume month, you get a number like 700,000. And when volume stays soft and luxury pulls back slightly, you get 685,000. So the real question I'm watching is, do we settle back into that $650,000 to $675,000 range that we floated in for most of last year? Or do we hold at $685,000? Or maybe next month brings us another number that starts with a 7, which would be crazy. And I will have that answer for you the moment that the data drops. So let's bring it all together. Here's what February's data is actually telling us. Number one, demand is soft, but it's not collapsing. Sales are down 5.2% year over year. Sellers are conceding more off asking prices, and homes are sitting 14% longer than a year ago. That is a buyer tilted market, but it's not a crash, it's a shift, okay? Number two, inventory is elevated and sticky. We're at 9 months of inventory right now, a level that we haven't consistently seen since 2024, was averaging 5.4 months of inventory. The trend line on inventory is the clearest signal in this report. The balance of power has shifted. Number three, prices are resilient. Number three, prices are resilient, but the luxury distortion is real. Year over year, median price is still up 5.3% from last February's $650,000, but the month-to-month story, the $700,000 to $685,000, tells you that the general market is softer than the headline market. So my read is we are in a window where buyers who are prepared, who have financing lined up, who understand this market, who are working with the right advisor, can really negotiate deals that simply weren't possible 18 months ago. The window will not stay open indefinitely. That's the important part here, okay? When rates come down, and they eventually will, demand will come back fast. Prices follow, and the leverage that you have right now is gonna be gone, okay? Or at least drastically changed. So if you wanna talk through what this means for your specific situation, buying, selling, investing, whatever it is you're looking to do, the link to book a strategy call with me is down in the description below. I work personally with all my clients. We'll look at your numbers and your timeline and map out an exact move for you that's going to work for yourself and your family. So if you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell down below, and share this video with somebody who's been sitting on the sidelines. The data is here, the information is free, and the people who act on it first always win. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.